I promised that I will be focusing on a particular video, but oh well, update has been a banger so far. Do you still remember about the video that I made 2 weeks ago where I said Rhino is a nuker by choice? While I included a lot of setups that are worth the mention, there are many that I have left out, not because they are bad, but the video will be way too long for it, so I kinda just left it there, and maybe one day I could specifically make a video for it. And as the update Kome and the 5 Fates dropped, there's a lot of new things added into the game. The typical moment of advertising a Caliban rework while shadow dropping rework for Nova is so digital extremes. Speaking about the shadow drop Nova rework, it buffed a lot of things that used to be the main complaints about Nova, which is now streamlined and updated, but that's not what we focus on today. What's important is the Null Star today. Null Star now has double the particles, which is 6 to 12 at base. While the damage reduction isn't applicable on Rhino, the slash damage has been changed to blast damage with guarantee status as usual. The damage is double from 150 to 300 and is recastable even without the help of the augment. The augment still gives hit, which doesn't change at all, but now has a clear flaw of only recastable per 2.5 seconds. Let's talk about Null Star, shall we? On cast, some particles will start to surround you and it will deplete 1 per second if you are near an enemy, which is unchanged and only for a single target. Its augment, Neutron Star, is still virtually the same, just that its purpose of recast has been added into Nova's base kit. Range and damage is still the same as usual, albeit the AoE also inflict blast along with hit. With all this out of the way, let's talk about some intricacies. Have you heard of this arcane called Arcane Arachne? It provides you 150% direct damage increase to all your weapons, and it is considered an universal base damage, similar but not the same as Vex Armor or Rift Torrent. This sort of buffs applies to weapons and certain abilities. Yes, abilities, if it is considered as a weapon by the game in some way. Null Star, while being an ability, is considered as a weapon. Abilities that is applicable to weapons can be applied to Null Star as a separate multiplier as well. And as usual, raw being raw, applicable as always. Since we are applying hit statuses, Archon Vitality is a must due to doubling the hit procs, essentially doubling the potential damage. Before we go into the showcases and builds, let's talk about the potential downsides of Null Star. Should you keep this in mind before using this method of nuking? Null Star, despite strong, modding wise, it is not really friendly for a lot of frames that can make use of it due to the fact that it already defaults 2 slots and 1 arcane slot just for it, without considering other things as well like strength, range, duration, quality of life, energy economy, and so on. Some of them just don't go range at all, even making it negative for long-lasting abilities. It forces them to go with a modding style that is not familiar to them, which is definitely not beneficial but still more than workable. At least the task was way easier for Rhino due to his lack of investment requirement, but not much either. As explained before, now Null Star has a forced 2.5 second period where you cannot recast, which can be very annoying, and still has line of sight requirement, which most of you will immediately obtain a buff called BOS, aka Boo on sight. So I guess it is what it is, not unplayable at the very least. Showcase wise, shall we commence? Okay, so this is the Rhino build for today. First, you have Null Star and its augment Neutron Star to deal blast and hit damage all together. Speaking about Neutron Star, the augment here is very obvious, right? And Archon Vitality, as you can see, status effect from abilities that deal hit damage will be applied twice because Neutron Star allows us to deal hit damage, so you will need it. Reinforcing Storm, obvious choice again, because you can regen your Iron Skin via Rhino Storm. And probably we will go a lot of strength right here. And Arcane Arachne, as I explained before, because Null Star benefits from Arcane Arachne, so we will bring Arcane Arachne instead. And Prime Continuity, just for the Antimatter particle scaling, because the particle actually scales with duration. And going Power Aura, Power Drift, just for strength. More augmented as well. For our Archon shards, because we don't have energy in our mod slot, I just outsource it. First, we will have 1 casting speed, and the rest is for energy economy. 2 yellow for effectiveness on energy ops, and 2 purple for equilibrium effects. And for our primer, we will go with a hit inherit primer. I won't take too much time to explain hit inherit, but essentially just the first tick of the hit is important, so we'll go more hit mods and just viral, and that's all. Not the best hit inherit primer, but this should work. And yeah, that's all for the build today. And remember, also Madurai for power transfer, which gives you 50% casting speed, and sling strength to give you 40% ability strength for 20 seconds, which is important for our build today. And I think that's all for the build. And yeah, short and quick video about Null Star. Not gonna drag this for long. There will be one more video coming along the way, and I will be back to full focus on the unnamed project again, which should be done in a few weeks or less. See you all next time. Goodbye.